Problems related to fast-aging population. What to do? In the context of the Assistant Permanent Secretary, APS, exam in Mauritius, you aren't just being tested on your knowledge of demographics, you're being tested on your ability to think like a senior administrator. The APS role requires a multidisciplinary approach, balancing fiscal responsibility, Ministry of Finance mindset, with social welfare, Ministry of Social Security mindset, and long-term planning. Here is a structured framework to tackle this question effectively. 1. Introduction, setting the context. Start with a high-level summary of the demographic shift to show you understand the why. The trend, highlight that Mauritius is transitioning into a hyper-aged society. By 2050, it is projected that over 30% of the population will be over 60. The cause, briefly mention the double whammy, a declining fertility rate, below the replacement level of 2.1, and an increasing life expectancy, currently around 74 to 75 years. 2. Problem analysis, the triple crisis. Group the problems into 3 clear administrative pillars. A. Economic and fiscal pressure. The dependency ratio, a shrinking workforce means fewer taxpayers supporting more retirees. Pension sustainability, the basic retirement pension, BRP, is a major budget item. As the number of beneficiaries grows, the fiscal burden on the consolidated fund becomes potentially unsustainable. Labor shortage, a graying workforce can lead to skills gaps and reduced productivity in key sectors like manufacturing or tourism. B. Healthcare and social services. Epidemiological shift, moving from infectious diseases to chronic non-communicable diseases, NCDs, like diabetes and hypertension, which require expensive, long-term care. Geriatric care, the need for specialized medical staff and facilities is skyrocketing. See social and human rights issues. Isolation and abuse, the erosion of the traditional nuclear family structure leaves many elderly people living alone, increasing risks of neglect or financial abuse. The silver economy, the need to shift from seeing the elderly as a burden to seeing them as a resource. 3. Recommended policy actions, the what to do. As an APS candidate, your answers must be practical, integrated, and evidence-based. I. Fiscal and structural reform. Pension reform, suggest a balanced approach reviewing the eligibility age gradually or introducing targeting for social benefits to ensure those most in need receive more support. Migration policy, consider circular migration or targeted recruitment of foreign workers to bolster the labor force and taxpayer base. 2. Integrated healthcare, the ICAP model. ICAP strategy, mention the integrated care for older people approach. This focuses on early screening for physical and cognitive decline before they become disabilities. Community-based care, decentralizing health services to local community centers to reduce the load on regional hospitals. 3. Social inclusion and legal protection. Protection of Elderly Persons Act, propose strengthening legal frameworks to punish elder abuse and promote the rights-based approach over the charity approach. Active aging, promoting lifelong learning and retraining for seniors who wish to remain in the workforce or volunteer. 4. Conclusion, the administrative vision. End with a strong, forward-looking statement. Addressing an aging population is not merely a social welfare issue but a national strategic priority. Success requires a whole-of-government approach where economic growth, fiscal sustainability, and social justice are harmonized to ensure that longevity is treated as a triumph of development, not a crisis. Pro tip for the exam, use keywords like fiscal sustainability, dependency ratio, holistic approach, and evidence-based policy.